Right now, the ban on evictions is nearing its end, and that means a lot of people will be left out in the cold. And a Milwaukee area hospital worker has been arrested after admitting to investigators they intentionally left COVID vaccines out of a refrigerator. Plus, Senator Fred Risser's 64 years in the Wisconsin legislature are coming to an end. We'll hear about his plans for the future.
This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us. A night of hope for many isn't so bright for those who worry about paying their mortgage or even their rent. Landlords can't evict people who are behind for at least another month, but there are fears of what comes beyond that. Adam Duxter is live on the city's east side, where he found there's been some help from the state, but not enough. Adam?
Well, although the temperatures have dropped significantly since those without a home were first given permission to set up camp here at McPike Park, everyone here still remains. And with more and more Wisconsinites trying to stay one step ahead of their bills, advocates are worried just how many can wind up in this situation.
The homeless living at McPike Park on Madison's east side are using the snow to their advantage to build makeshift homes of their own. And as the winter continues, so does the growth of this park's homeless population.
We got approval that homeless can be in this park without being harassed by the city, So that's how we got here.
John Brown says he works with those living here each day. Those like James, who says he learned engineering in college, now putting those skills into making an igloo. Like many, James says he lost his job at the start of the pandemic. And Brown says for those here, it could be a slippery slope.
A lot of people can't find jobs right now because a lot of things are closed. And those who did have jobs, their jobs have shut down. So it put them in a lack of income. And by being in that lack of income, the landlords will not renew their leases.
And he figures countless others are either in a similar position or close to it. Earlier this year, Governor Tony Evers doled out $25 million towards rental relief. And in Rock County, Mark Perry's Community Action Inc.'s $1.7 million portion lasted just 12 weeks, going to more than 700 families.
We can only help a finite number of people with the resources that we receive, and so we reconcile that, and then we do our best to make sure that we serve that number of people.
Perry says he's worried about a federal eviction moratorium expiring, possibly as soon as January 31st. And Brown says that could be a storm that leaves a lot more out in the cold.
Because if citizens don't have income and we don't have a safety net to save us before we hit this rock bottom, we need a safety net, you know what I'm saying? Because we're at a crisis right now, a pandemic, and that pandemic is more pressure on the situation at hand.
And Perry says those more than 700 families that they were able to help all got $3,000, which of course is 5 times more than they will now receive with the federal stimulus plan. And he says with such limited housing available in Rock County, any family that does get evicted will have a very, very hard time finding a place to live again.
Adam, thank you. Some of us will have snow to kick off 2021. Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
Yeah, Cheryl, we're watching a storm that'll affect mainly the southeastern part of our viewing area. Areas north and west of Madison may miss out on this altogether. As we look at the live view from the WISC sky cam, skies are mostly cloudy, but it's a thin overcast, and there are some breaks in the clouds, especially up to the north. Right now, Doppler track pretty much free of precipitation across the state. Temperatures are in the upper teens to around 20 degrees. As we see a few more breaks in the clouds, especially up to the north, work their way south, we'll see those temperatures drop off. We do have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, mainly for areas southeast of Madison, where 1 to perhaps as much as 4 inches of snow down toward the Illinois state line may fall. There could be some freezing drizzle mixed in as well. But again, areas north and west of Madison may miss out on the precipitation altogether. Look for a midnight temperature tonight to ring in the new year at about 10 degrees. Temperatures will hold steady overnight as skies turn cloudy, and then look for cloudy skies skies tomorrow with some light snow developing, mainly south and east of Madison late in the day. High temperature at 30 degrees. The good news is once we get past tomorrow's weather system, we are looking for quiet weather for much of the first week of the new year. I'll have more details in weather in a few minutes.
Thank you, Gary. Before our next snowfall, officials with the City of Madison Streets Division say they are not treating the roads with brine. That's because there's still residue from the last storm on main roads. And you can download the Channel 3000 Weather and Traffic app for free. You'll be able to track when the next round of snow will hit your specific location and monitor road conditions. New at 6, Kenosha's district attorney told the city's mayor he would release his charging decision within the first 2 weeks of January in the shooting of Jacob Blake. That's according to Kenosha News. The paper says the DA gave that timeline during a phone call with the mayor on Tuesday. Retired Madison Police Chief Noble Ray is serving as a consultant in the investigation. On Monday night, the Kenosha Common Council will vote on an emergency declaration in anticipation of potential civil unrest. A hospital worker at Aurora Medical Center just north of Milwaukee has been arrested for allegedly removing more than 50 vials of COVID-19 vaccine from a refrigerator on purpose. Grafton police have recommended multiple felony charges, including recklessly endangering safety. The FBI and FDA are also investigating. Aurora officials had previously suspended the employee, and after multiple rounds of questioning, the employee admitted they did it on purpose. The hospital was forced to discard more than 500 doses, and some people accidentally received ineffective vaccines because they were left out and then returned to the refrigerator.
This means that the 57 vaccinations that were administered on December 26th were rendered less effective or ineffective. The 57 recipients of those vaccines have been notified. At this time, there is no evidence that the vaccinations pose any harm to them, other than being potentially less effective or ineffective.
Aurora officials contacted drug maker Moderna, who reassured them there is no safety concerns with administering a vaccine that may have been out of the fridge for too long. It's not hard to see how valuable these vaccine doses are, and that's why News 3 Now's Naomi Coles spoke to 2 major vaccine hubs in Madison today. She found out about their security protocols for storage. Naomi?
Hospital leaders have been talking about how to keep vaccines secure for long before the doses themselves actually arrive. So talking to UW Health and SSM Health today, they tell me that these doses are kept under lock, key, surveillance, and even more. Not only is access to the doses limited, but all access is monitored. Both systems say they're going over their protocols yet again in the light of what happened at Aurora, looking for loopholes. Tonight at 10, both systems explain to me who exactly can get their hands on these vaccines while they're in storage in Madison.
Thank you, Naomi. Health officials confirm more than 4,000 new COVID cases and 34 new deaths in Wisconsin today. In the past 24 hours, there have been 143 new hospitalizations. The 7-day positivity rate has increased from 25% to 28%. As 2020 comes to a close, UW Health Chief Quality Officer Dr. Jeff Pothoff says there are many positives, like people coming together and going the extra mile to help others. He said the top highlights for him were when UW received their first vaccinations and frontline workers overcoming huge hurdles, including coordinating where to test people and setting up a telehealth program. As far as the biggest challenge,
the science of it isn't that tricky, right? Like, we understand viruses, we understand how they infect people, we know how they travel. And that's not the hard part. The hard part is like, okay, so take everyone in the world and tell them to wear a mask and stay home for like 9 months. They don't teach you that in medical school.
he says this year was a great example of what is possible when people rally around a common good. A patient at Unity Point Health Meritor will get to ring in the new year from home after spending 65 days in the hospital fighting COVID-19. Sandra Evans spent Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas with the hospital team, but was finally reunited with her husband and grandchildren just in time to celebrate the start of 2021 today. Like many patients who had COVID-19, she will continue to recover at a rehab facility. Sandra, congratulations. Another positive to the start of 2021, stimulus payments are coming. According to the Treasury Department and IRS, the $600 payments are going out through direct deposit now and into next week. Paper checks will be mailed out beginning Wednesday. Your most recent tax return determines your eligibility. Any individuals making less than $75,000 or couples making less than $150,000 will receive the full amount. State Senator Fred Risser is wrapping up a long career in the Wisconsin State Legislature, the longest of any legislator in the country. Amy Reed sat down with him to talk about what's next after 64 years at the Capitol. Amy?
Well, Senator Risser likes to point out that he lives right by the Capitol, so in a way, he's not going anywhere. Risser was first elected in 1956, and aside from a move from the Assembly chambers to the Senate, he's stayed put. He credited his success to his regular communication with his constituents and said he always told his staff to make time for people who wanted to talk with him. Earlier this year, he announced he wouldn't seek re-election, partly because of his age, but also saying he's had his time.
It'll be a new experience. I haven't had that experience in the last 64 years, so we'll find out. It'll be interesting, and I'm sort of looking forward to the new life I'm going to have.
Some of my favorite parts of talking with Risser were learning about how politics has changed since he first got into office. This Sunday on For the Record, I'll show you what he thinks is different and whether he thinks it was for the better. For now, Risser is looking forward to more time with family, but he said he'll stay engaged with politics because that's what you do when you live in a democracy.
Looking forward to that. Amy, thank you very much. And you can watch the full interview with Senator Risser this Sunday morning at 10:30 on For the Record right here on News 3 Now. Coming up next at 6, the Wisconsin National Guard is looking back on a year unlike any other in its history. We'll share their roundup of the top accomplishments of 2020.
It's the Ayers Furniture New Year's sale with huge savings on quality name brands, including Lazy Boy, with recliners starting at $3.99, and Smith Brothers Amish handcrafted sofas at special New Year's sale prices. Ayers Furniture with free delivery. The New Year's sale. Don't miss it.
Update your home with Menards and Great Lakes Defender vinyl plank flooring. These vinyl planks are waterproof, durable, and easy to install. Now, Great Lakes Defender vinyl plank is $229 per square foot. Finish your remodel and give your home a fresh new look with a coat of flat Pittsburgh Paramount paint. Save big money on a gallon for just $36.98 right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. This is the big one, folks. The Brothers Maine Everything's on Sale sale. Right now, you'll get everything from Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana with blowout savings, like a Maytag washer for $3.99 and a Maytag dryer for just $3.99. And you'll always get more from the More store, like our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. The Everything's on Sale sale with more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction on everything. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Finally home. Okay, let's go.
Come on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the final days of Toyotathon. Here for a great deal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the wait is over.
Oh, Camry. Yes.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
You can get a great deal, too, at Toyotathon, but it all ends January 4th.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's the Ayers Furniture New Year's sale with huge savings on quality name brands, including Sealy, with queen-size sets starting at $3.99 and Flex Steel sofas starting at $9.99. Ayers Furniture with free delivery. The New Year's sale ends Sunday at 4.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
The Wisconsin National Guard is looking back on their top accomplishments of 2020. When Governor Evers declared a public health emergency in Wisconsin on March 12th, the Guard sprang into action. Soldiers were mobilized to help transport a group of cruise ship passengers from Wisconsin back to their homes after they were exposed to COVID. Troops established procedures for mobile drive-through COVID testing sites, managed a warehouse handling critical PPE supplies, and served as poll workers. Soldiers were deployed to correctional facilities and senior living facilities to respond to COVID outbreaks and helped set up the alternate care facility at State Fair Park. By May, the need for widespread community-based testing sites became clear. Troops were mobilized to run testing sites and a state contact tracing call center. The Guard's mobilization peaked at 1,400 troops, representing the largest domestic mobilization in Wisconsin National Guard history. And by the year's end, the National Guard had administered approximately 1 million tests in virtually every county. The Guard's list of accomplishments continues on, with the news back in April that the U.S. Air Force had selected Truax Field and the 115th Fighter Wing to receive F-35 jets, and a glimmer of hope at the end of the year when the Guard assisted with distributing COVID vaccines and managing inventory. The year ended tragically as 37-year-old Captain Durwood Hawk Jones, a father and husband who lived in Sun Prairie, was killed during a training mission in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. His F-16 crashed on December 8th. The crash is still under investigation. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
How about poor Fred Wilson? What a shame. So soon after retiring. I hear his wife needed help with the funeral expenses. That's ridiculous. He had Social Security. When my brother died, his wife received a check from Social Security, all right, for $255. The funeral costs were well over $8,000. How on earth did she pay for it? Fortunately, my brother bought additional life insurance before he retired. I bet that cost a pretty penny, huh? Not with Colonial Penn. Coverage options start at just $9.95 a month. Well, less than 35 cents a day. I have it myself.
We both do.
Both of you?
That's right. Neither of us had to answer any health questions or take a physical exam. In fact, no one our age can be turned down for any health reason.
No one?
Nope.
Is this a plan that offers a lot of protection at first and then reduces it little by little each year? No. I've had this coverage for years. My benefit never decreases as I get older. Your rates go up every year, right? No, not at all.
Friends keep telling friends about guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. With this coverage, your premium never increases for any reason, and your benefit won't decrease simply because you grow older. Options start at just $9.95 a month. If you're age 50 to 85, you cannot be turned down because of your health. Colonial Penn specializes in protection for mature men and women. To find out more, call now.
Call now and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner and this free prescription savings card that can help you save up to 80% on prescription drugs. Call 1-800-797-8989 for your free information and 2 free gifts. There's no risk. That number again is 1-800-797-8989. Call now.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
So it is easy to look back at this year and think of all the negative things that happened. But to end the year on a high note, we asked people at Elver Park to tell us what's the best thing that happened to them this year. Here are some of their responses.
This year, I got to spend a lot more time with my daughter at home.
We got married this year, so that was nice. Yeah.
Just realizing what's important. Realize that like every day can be good, even if there's bad in it.
Sledding. Playing video games with my family. I got a kitten in October.
We also asked them to describe 2020 in one word or phrase, and most said something about self-reflection and prioritizing what truly matters. And here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a look at your forecast. Good evening, Gary.
Good evening, Charlotte. Things are pretty quiet out there for the last day of 2020. First day of 2021 will start out a little more active, especially for areas south and east of Madison. Three things you need to know. First of all, it'll be a cold and quiet New Year's Eve. Look for temperatures down to around 10 degrees by midnight, but skies will cloud up overnight, and that'll keep temperatures from falling too much more. Tomorrow, a weather system will bring snow for areas south and east of Madison. There could also be a little freezing drizzle mixed in as well, but areas north and west of Madison may miss out on the snow and the freezing drizzle altogether. And then we're going to see mainly dry with conditions with above normal temperatures beginning on Saturday and lasting through the first half of next week. The second half of next week will also see above normal temperatures, but there will be some chances for some light snow and flurries. Over the last 48 hours, temperatures haven't been too bad. They've generally been in the 20s over the last 24 hours. You can see wind chills for the most part in the teens. That's not bad for the end of December. And the forecast calls for temperatures to be between about 20 and 30 degrees, although a bit of a dip tonight, down to about 10 by midnight, maybe wind chills just above zero if there's a little bit of a breeze, but the winds won't be very strong, at least over much of southern Wisconsin. But a developing storm to our south has heavy snow over parts of Texas, then freezing rain on part of that area, and then to the east, severe weather, tornado watch in effect until 9 p.m. For tonight across parts of southern Louisiana. But this storm, as it lifts northward, will just kind of sideswipe southern Wisconsin. So areas south and east of Madison could see perhaps 1 to maybe as much as 4 inches of snow east of Beloit, right along the Illinois state line, but there'll be a very sharp cutoff to where the accumulating snow is and to where there's no snow to the north and west. Freezing rain potential mainly to the south, but there could be significant amounts of ice accumulation over central Illinois, from Peoria over toward Bloomington, Normal, down towards Springfield. If you have travel plans tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, especially going south of Rockford, that area under an ice storm warning and winter weather advisories in effect south of Rockford and Chicago for that storm system. But again, most of us are just going to miss out on the snow, at least for tomorrow night. Now, look for a low of about 10 around midnight, so if you are going out to ring out the new year, that's what the temperature will be with light southeasterly winds. We're not looking for much in a way of wind chill. Skies will turn cloudy overnight, and then tomorrow mostly cloudy with that light snow, perhaps a little bit of freezing drizzle mixed in south and east of Madison. High temperature back up at 30. On future track, temperatures start out around 10 midnight. They actually go up a little bit overnight into early tomorrow morning. Then look for the snow to arrive by early to mid-afternoon, mainly sideswiping southern Wisconsin, and then notice by midnight it's pretty much gone, and after that will improve for the weekend. Again, a couple of inches of snow possible south of Madison, but north and west, very little if any accumulation. After that, temperatures low to mid-30s, maybe a flurry chance Monday night. A little better chances for some snow next week. Nothing looks to be big, but you can't rule out a chance of snow just about any day next week.
And coming up in sports, Badgers blow out the Gophers in a game where they never trailed. How Wisconsin got back to their winning ways next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The holidays are a time for giving.
To your friends, your family,
to your teachers.
In that spirit of giving,
Chevy's proud to give our employee discount to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay
is what we pay. Not a cent more.
Because giving and giving back is what the holidays are all about.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $8,400 on this Silverado.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
'Twas the holiday season, and as is often the case, magic was found in an unlikely place. Molly tried her best to make introductions. Dad couldn't see past his grown-up assumptions. But thanks to fresh ham and warm apple pie, Dad was finally able to see with fresh eyes. With the freshest assortment to make everyone's faves, the happiest holidays start with Pick and Save.
2020 got you feeling like your life's on pause? Get moving again at Planet Fitness during our big end-of-year sale. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, now through December 31st. And end the year on the right or left foot with tons of variety and space in our squeaky clean clubs. And use our app's new crowd meter to pick the best time to visit. Join for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Hurry! The big end-of-year sale ends December 31st.
5 Madison area locations. Sign up for $10 a month. Stop in today.
Took down the tree. That means it's time to put 2020 in the rear view and get to the final days of the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event. It's your last chance for our best offers of the season across the Ford lineup. So hurry in today. The Ford Built for the Holidays sales event ends soon. Get Explorer with 0 for 72 financing plus $2,500 cash back and $2,000 trade assist during the final days of the Built for the Holidays sales event.
Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. On air, online, and download the Channel 3000 First Warn app. Be the first to know what's headed our way. News 3 Now this morning brought together chefs and owners from struggling local restaurants.
Without assistance, a lot of us aren't going to exist in 2021.
Your holiday helpings are already making a difference, and continued support can help keep these vital community businesses alive. Learn more at channel3000.com.
After a lackluster performance against Maryland, Wisconsin had 2 days to get ready for a red-hot Minnesota team. The Gophers entered the Kohl Center with back-to-back wins over Iowa and Michigan State. The Badgers, though, they were ready to play today. They actually never trailed in the game. First half, Johnny Davis turns defense into offense. Davis comes up with a steal and takes it coast to coast for the easy deuce. Scotty led by 7 at the break. Then in the second half, they blew it wide open. Micah Potter rocks the rim. Badgers outscored the Gophers 40-18 in the paint. Potter finished with a game-high 19. Demetric Trice and Aleem Ford each finished with 14. And Wisconsin moves to 3-1 in Big Ten play with a 71-59 win. The Badger women also in action today. Wisconsin fell to Michigan 92-42. 9. UW is still looking for their first Big Ten win of the season, but that could change Sunday when 1-4 Minnesota comes to town. Matt LaFleur has added some depth on his D-line with the addition of Snacks Harrison. The Packers claimed the nose tackle off waivers from the Seahawks yesterday, and Harrison wasted no time coming to Green Bay. He practiced today, and with a nickname like that, you have a pretty good idea of what he can do. And the hope is he can add a little boost to the run defense.
That's a big-time pickup for us, especially this late in the season. That doesn't happen very often. You know, he's going to be a guy where, you know, I think he can give us a lot in terms of playing the nose. And, you know, he's a really good run defender, and he has been for a really long time. And, you know, just excited to get him in the building.
That's the good news. Here's the bad news. David Bakhtiari was added to the Packers injury report with a knee injury, and it doesn't look good. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport is reporting that the league's best left tackle tore his ACL in practice and is done for the year. At long last, Wisconsin wrestling schedule is here. The Big Ten officially released the slate for all 14 schools this afternoon, and the Badgers will wrestle 9 duels on 7 dates in January and February, starting with a trip to Illinois for a tri-duel against the Illini and the Buckeyes on January 17th. The following Sunday is their first home meet of the season, and the big ones begin in February with duels against Michigan, Penn State, Minnesota, and Iowa. And history was made last night in the NBA when Becky Hammon took over for Greg Popovich after the Spurs head coach was ejected in the second quarter. She became the first woman to fill in as a head coach in a regular season game in league history. The Spurs ended up losing to the Lakers, but Hammon continued to blaze a trail in the NBA. Charlotte, that is really cool to see.
That is fantastic. Zach, thank you. And a final check of your forecast with Gary.
Well, look for a quiet night tonight, but some snow south and east of Madison tomorrow.
All right, thank you all. Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.